Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review of Ash vs. Evil Dead on Starz, which is episode 5 of season 3 called Baby Proof. So yeah, another awesome episode of the show this week. And if you guys haven't done it yet, do it now. Promote the hell out of the show. I did a whole rant about last week during my review. But yeah, promote the hell out of the show. We need at least one more season. We need a 4th season. Because this show is just one of the most damn entertaining, awesome, and addicting shows on TV. And as a fan of the franchise, as a big fan of the franchise now, I would absolutely hate to see it get cut off. Season 1 is great. Season 2 was as well, despite little issues. But season 3 has been just on fire, from the get-go. And this episode is no exception. I think it's probably one of the 2 best of the season so far. I feel like I said it every week. It feels like it just has a really kinetic pacing right now. The show always has, but it's just really, really on the roll here. I really enjoyed this episode, not only because of the classic ridiculous Ash versus baby fight, but also because of the pretty nice payoff we got between Pablo and Kelly, and also pretty fitting and actual serious development for Pablo as a character as well, which I thought was pretty good. Now let's talk about that Ash versus baby spawn fight. That was I don't even know where to start with that one. Of course, he is still trapped with larger foreign woman. They were stuck to the sink together until Ash is finally able to pry his mechanical hand off of it eventually. I probably said eventually twice, didn't I? I don't know. But of course, Ash notices all the similarities to himself, and starts to try and get some idea in his head about what Ruby's actually trying to do here, and. So he decides, we can't shoot this thing, we have to, I don't know, not give it a chance, but, look into it and actually, figure things out a little bit more about it. So Ash was actually, he was thinking, not shooting first, which is very different from him, because usually it's shoot first, think never. If you're a fan of the show or the character, you know that. Anyway. But she gets the right idea, we need to get out of here, So she knocks Ash out for a few minutes, trying to escape herself. She tries to get out the door, she tries to break open the window, but of course the force isn't letting her out. And she gets her head bitten off by the kid, so we didn't actually see it, but, we've seen her head, obviously, just not on her body when Ash does come to. And what follows next is, like I said, pretty ridiculous, but it was just awesome. Somehow all at the same time. Like Ash said, you don't see that every day. You've seen the kid go through the lady's, go between her legs and then come back out, through where her head isn't. And then you got the whole demonic thing going on, and it keeps ducking Ash, burrowing back into the body. Which is pretty funny. And I like when the kid was inside the body and he was swinging at Ash, and you'd hear like the typical little kid sounds when he swings, like huh, huh, It was cute and silly and creepy and weird and ridiculously awesome all at the same time. I love that fight, and I especially liked Ash's solution to it. Bowling balls. Ash has a history of a lot of things, just nailing them in the face. From what that lady at the morgue put him through earlier this season to plates and bowls being knocked over his head. Sometimes by his own hand. And this time he almost had bowling balls, crushing his skull, but he manages to avoid them. And he ends up using it to block off the kid from coming back out of the neck. And then he also slams one up between the body, the legs of the body, too. So he traps the kid and is able to, put it in the trunk of the Delta. Then, of course, when he finally gets back to the hardware store and Brandy's panicking because of what happened to Pablo, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes here. We, of course, run into Ruby or Miss, I forget what her name is. I forget what name she's going by, but something with a P. Miss Previtt, yeah, hey. This has been like the one slightly weak part of the season, I guess, is Brandy up until the very end of this episode, I suppose. Just kind of her kind of blindness to it all, even though she's been through some shit already, she's still not really believing Ash or the others. And Miss Previtt, is the only person that's ever been there for her. And I kind of get it, Ruby's manipulation has worked to some extent. It doesn't look good when Ash opens the Delta and you just see the kid sitting there all normal with blood all over himself, and it doesn't look quite right. And then we see a sheriff pop up that we've never seen before, so yeah, she's really doing her job well. I'm sure we'll see more of her, but she's likely to be killed in some kind of crossfire. But Ash made a really good point to Brandy. He's so crazy and stupid. He's not a very good liar, and he would just just spout off about anything, and it's got to be the truth. And I think I actually got Brandy actually realized that, and she gets in the Delta and tells Ash to get in, and they drive off together. So it's good to finally see her willing to put her, I don't know if I should say trust yet, but after all she's been through, I think it's good that she's finally coming around to believing what's going on and what Ash is trying to do, or at least with her experience with Kelly, I think helped her as well. Dana DiLorenzo, has said that Kelly's going to have to kind of get Brandy into shape, and I think the experience of Pablo sort of helped that, which is also really good. You see the demonic Pablo, trying to get into the trailer. And you have Kelly's infected leg, which some people are wondering if she's still going to have to end up cutting off. I'm not sure, it could just be a wound now, but unless it goes demonic and starts kicking people or kicking herself, I don't know. Maybe she'll replace it with a chainsaw or a flamethrower or a machine gun or something like that. I won't put it past the show, we'll have to see. Because she's proven herself, quite capable, almost more capable than Ash, once in a while anyway. So, I wouldn't mind that, but I don't know how it would work, but, we'll see. Unless you ever, a robotic leg or something that she can wear part of the time, too, like his hand, I don't know. So that was cool, and, she used different things to try, and she figured out that it's basically connected to, the demonic, possessed Pablo. So anything she does to the mouth on her leg is going to happen to, the actual Pablo. So that's good, and Pablo, meanwhile, he goes on sort of a spiritual journey. He sees his uncle again that we haven't seen since season 1, really, or at least to this extent. And he reminds Pablo that he has a destiny, he was born for something, and now he has to make a choice, not with his eyes, but with his, what he actually feels. One, if he chooses one, the evil's going to consume him, but if he doesn't, then it'll become basically the name of a beer. Or, he'll probably unlock more of his uncle's, sort of a witch doctor, type of abilities, which I think will actually work pretty well for Pablo as a character. And of course, he manages to choose the right one after really, working the hell out of Brandy, and especially Kelly. Because Brandy was just willing to see him die, but of course Kelly wasn't giving up on him. Some pretty good acting from Donna DiLorenzo there as well. And of course Pablo, does, come too. And, big moment here, Pablo and Kelly share a kiss, which was pretty nice. Now for me, I could have gone either way with their relationship. I've been fine just accepting that they have more of like a brother-sister thing, which I almost still kind of prefer. I'm not sure yet. But, it's definitely a nice payoff for Pablo, and, they do have, great chemistry together either way. So I think it works, however they naturally feel about each other, I'll accept it either way. It was still a really nice moment, it's definitely a, good feels amongst, other, terrifying shit they go through. So I like that. But Pablo, he's just ready to embrace, what he's set out to do now, but he says, oh yeah, that was amazing though. Hopefully they get like 5 seconds to sit down and, sort out their feelings, I think that'd be nice, but still, Pablo's ready, he has his confidence, so we'll see what kind of abilities he has, what he's able to do. But yeah, really, really great episode. I'm giving it about a 9.3 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.